and thanks for joining us. I'm Tamsin Parker, lecturer at Staffordshire University and presenter for the virtual launch of our Innovation Enterprise Zone. We're really sorry not to be showing you around our fantastic new facilities in person, but rest assured this can be arranged. First of all, to tell us more about the Innovation Enterprise Zone, I'm delighted to be joined by our Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Martin Jones. Hi Martin.
Hi Tamsin, and a brilliant and friendly welcome to all our virtual guests.
Okay, so just imagine now that you've got the glamorous BBC set up and we're on the BBC breakfast sofa. Tell us more about the Innovation Enterprise Zone. What actually is one?
Yeah, what is it? This is one of 20 funded interventions by Research England, £20 million across the sector in terms of investment in the links between business productivity, small and medium-sized enterprises, and allowing us to work with partners in our local and regional economy. So it's an important investment here today at Staffordshire University, rubbing shoulders alongside the likes of Bristol University and Cranfield, leading universities working together through a network of university enterprise zones.
So it was launched last year. Why has it taken sort of 12 months to actually get off the ground?
This was an investment in facilities, an investment in refurbishment of the Mellor building, but also an investment in kit and equipment right for the needs of our local and regional economy, but also that investment, that estates investment, building the notion of a hatchery and an incubator, words that explain, I think, an enterprise and innovation ecosystem of allowing companies to grow. So there's quite a significant investment in facilities across our campus.
Sounds fantastic. So that's some real build-up there. But before we go further, let's show our guests around those fantastic new facilities.
Innovation Enterprise Zone is an umbrella initiative that covers a number of activities and services that we offer for businesses, whether small or large. We're looking into developing higher skills provision in Staffordshire and beyond through the CPD. We're looking to work with companies on prototyping and innovation in areas of advanced materials and manufacturing, digital and creative.
The Smart Zone was the first stage of the Innovation Enterprise Zone at Staffordshire University, and it involves a whole series of making facilities, things such as 3D printing, laser cutting, CNC machining, those kind of things, which allow people then to prototype. Now it could be something that's a physical prototype, electronic one, or something which involves a whole range of technologies, including things like scanning, virtual reality, augmented reality, and bringing it all together to do some very interesting work with staff and with students.
The investment that's been made really is impressive for Staffordshire University. The money that's been spent, as you can see in this laboratory, has been spent on some very, very impressive state-of-the-art equipment, analysis equipment that we can use to profile industrial processes. Can we use it for R&D? We can use it for project work. We are very excited about what we can do with this equipment.
So the Incubator and Accelerator is an initiative that was awarded as part of the Enterprise Zone status at the university, one through Research England, one of the 20 in the country. It's aimed at early stage companies where we're looking at helping businesses to co-locate themselves on the campus at the heart of the innovation ecosystem. Businesses, as part of the support, can access our researchers and academics. They can access students. We have a bespoke CPD program available to companies in the areas of starting up, innovation, research, advanced manufacturing and materials. On the side of the equipment, which is just a facilities and platform, you need access to the specialist skills and knowledge, and that comes through our research centres, that comes through our academics and students.
This is a really important part of what we can do for industry. We can take the risk on prototyping and trying something out with the industry partner. They don't have to invest in equipment and people that they're not sure whether they're going to find them useful or not. We'll take that risk on because we can do it here. And what we're able to do then is to push innovation on a little bit more quickly than it would be possible under normal circumstances.
Businesses can access these facilities through the SAMIAC project. And what we would offer would be a wraparound care where we would onboard a client, and then with these facilities we can show people the way to analyse their samples, analyse their products, and possibly take them to market from there.
When you are a business, a small company or a startup, you want to move into the facilities and a place which adds value. You're looking to develop new networks, new relationships, and some of the areas about the innovation that you probably don't have expertise on. And that's why being located next to the researchers in materials and digital is the key.
There's endless ideas and streams for new products that are out there. People just need to possibly develop their ideas with being shown what capabilities are out there, and this is part of that.
I hope we can play a major part in the development of some of the fastest growing businesses in Staffordshire and in the region. I think we can grow some big businesses from here, and we can help some smaller ones to become much bigger businesses.
So it's all looking very technological and smart, and I am loving the neon lights. People viewing this may think that university is all about teaching and research. But what is the university hoping to achieve through the Innovation Enterprise Zone, Martin?
This is part of our civic responsibility to work with employers, primarily small and medium-sized enterprises, to help them grow, to unlock their productivity challenges, the link between productivity and high-skilled growth. But also we're providing at Staffordshire University an ecosystem, an enterprise and innovation ecosystem in relation to helping firms grow. Hence the notion of hatcheries, hence the notions of collaborations, simulation facilities, etc. Working in partnership to make the best out of our local and regional employers.
It sounds amazing, but where do academics and students fit in?
Academics and students are crucial to this. In terms of academics, there are leading researchers working in this. In relation to specifically these facilities, in the notion of advanced materials, we have leading academics. This is about working in partnership with them, providing research opportunities, providing links between leading academics and companies. But also students are central. Of course, students are central to what we do at Staffordshire University. This is providing opportunities for students to meet employers, perhaps start companies of their own. And also providing work experience opportunities at the same time. So this is a unique collision space where students meet employers and vice versa in interesting ways.
How important is this then for industry in the area, and what kind of challenges do you feel industry is facing at the moment?
This intervention is critical, I think, for assisting industry. We're working with partners in the context of a local industrial strategy. That local industrial strategy is about unlocking productivity demand, focusing on high-skilled labour, high-skilled jobs progressions, but also the links between our students and employers at the same time. But also about providing leading cutting-edge kit and equipment in terms of empowering employers so they have the best opportunity to compete in that environment of what is called out there in the policy world of Industry 4.0. AI, machine learning, automation, those things that are very important to the Stoke-on-Trent economy. That Stoke-on-Trent economy that's more than ceramics, the more than ceramics economy, I think that's going to be critical to COVID economic recovery.
I was going to say, in the wake of COVID, it's something we're all living through at the moment. It's probably more important than ever, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is, in a sense, I think, a springboard to a different model of economic development. Working with employers, in terms of basically trying to get out to what's called a low skills equilibrium out there, trying to provide a high skilled road to a different world in Stoke-on-Trent and beyond.
Sounds brilliant, thank you. So we know your bid for Research England development funding was supported by a range of external partners. So let's hear from some of them now.
I'm Alan Rogers, and I'm the founder of Visual, a technology consultancy based in Staffordshire, and I'm chair of the Stoke-on-Trent Staffordshire Local Enterprise Partnership. So it was a move from response into recovery. It's about getting the economy going again and starting to address the issues around unemployment. And I think at that point you need as much stimulation as possible, and bringing together universities and businesses is a critical way to do that. The Innovation Enterprise Zone is about the programmes and the physical spaces and the equipment that bring that together to make that real and help us get it going very quickly so we can get a real bounce as we go into recovery to try and get the economy moving around here as well as we can. So the key about the area is it's great geography, it's connectivity, and the investments that we're making in the future around HS2 will only make that better. It's an area where the homes have 99% of green space, means it's a really excellent quality of life. And then from a recruitment and people perspective, there's a really good workforce that are enthusiastic, hardworking, well-educated, which are the things you need to build a business from. And post-COVID, people are really thinking about those things. And if we can start to invest in innovation and the things to create new modern businesses of the future, you get that confluence of the two coming together that creates the perfect environment for skills and for quality of life for people.
One of the things that we know is a real shortage at the moment are state-of-the-art laboratories, and especially testing around new materials. You know, if you're sending a satellite into space, it needs to be tested in a whole range of different ways. There are very few places that can do that, but we have businesses here who are working in that sphere. So it'd be really great to have that actually based in Staffordshire, rather than businesses having to travel or book time elsewhere. And I think that will attract people in. But we haven't got anything that really attracts in state-of-the-art new material businesses. So I think anything like that is going to add real value and will support the local industrial strategy. Staffordshire is notoriously low in things like R&D tax credits and in the number of patents that are created from here. And it's something that from the Local Enterprise Partnership and all partners have been really keen to drive up. I think this programme will help that enormously. Well, I think one of the interesting things about Staffordshire is it has a very strong base of SMEs, which probably came out of the last recession. However, they're not necessarily that big in terms of SMEs. They're more on the small end than the medium size. They are ready and willing to grow, but of course this might knock them back. Well, I think the sort of resource that Staffordshire University are offering is going to be fantastic in helping those companies move from being small to being a bit bigger. And if we could do that across the board with a number of companies here, then we would have a completely different economic base very quickly, and that would make a massive difference to the economy and the opportunities for the people of Staffordshire. It'd be a fantastic thing to be based at a university because obviously with innovation within a university it attracts more students. Students will stay here, they'll bring different experiences and different knowledge into those small businesses too. Well, I think one of the things that we forget about with ceramics is we always think of it as flatware, but it is actually one of the most advanced materials that exists. And we are so lucky to have expertise in that. It's used in building, it's used in space, it's used in mobile phones, it's used in every form of low carbon technology. These are the areas of the future. And if we can really help and develop and support the expertise and knowledge that is already here in this our own very advanced material, then I think that will help the area grow. And from that, we'll be able to build on other areas of expertise around advanced materials. As we know how to manage and use the one that we've got, and the one where we've got some expertise, then I think more and more advanced materials will come to the area, because that's what will attract people into the area and attract other businesses, is that level of expertise, research, understanding and knowledge about how materials can be used in different ways.
I think it's unique because it's true of all of Staffordshire in that we work really well together, and it is a really good mix of business and education coming together. Yeah, I think it's right that you're breaking down the silos between classic education and classic enterprise, and you're trying to bring the two together so that you can help businesses supercharge their own businesses, build their own, invest in growth, but also bring in diversity. COVID has shown us that we've all had to change very quickly. We've all had to diversify in the way we approach things, the way we lead our social lives, our family lives. And again, I think that people can now really see that investing in the future, thinking about change, is absolutely the way that life is going to be going forward. And in a university innovation enterprise zone brings those two together in a business context to help businesses accelerate too.
Thanks to Sarah and Alan. I hope you are also tuned in and enjoying our virtual launch event. I'm now joined in the studio by Head of Employer Partnerships and Enterprise, Marek Hornak, who can tell us what's in it for the businesses watching. So tell us. Thank you.
So the support that we offer to businesses isn't new. We've been working with the companies, small and large, for the last decades. The Innovation Enterprise Zone is ultimately an umbrella. It's an umbrella for provision for businesses in skills, in innovation, in enterprise and startups. We secured investments of over 11 million in the past 3 years, and it's all available to companies to either upskill their workforce, tap into some cutting-edge equipment and facilities, utilize our research and experts and students to develop new products to innovate, to improve their productivity and to make sure they grow. In the pandemic, we've seen the companies have to diversify, access new markets. The Innovation Enterprise Zone and the co-location in incubator and hatchery, it's a perfect place to be as part of our innovation ecosystem, where they can benefit from wide wide range of resources, grants, funding, access to students and researchers at the same time. We have a number of specialty products available where manufacturing companies can access our facilities to prototype new products, to facilities like 3D printers, robotic arms. We have a specialist analyzers in advanced materials lab. We have a provision for digital innovations where companies can adopt new digital products or they can invest in development of new products. So it's a wide range of resources and expertise and help they can access.
And the digital side you mentioned there, I would imagine that because of the way we're living our lives at the moment, the digital side's even more important, isn't it?
It is indeed. All of the companies we've seen during the pandemic that they need to upskill is one of the first things. So continuing professional development into digital area is the key. Development of the new products and services in the age of Internet of Things and upcoming changes in manufacturing processes is another. We've seen a growth of logistics companies where even during pandemic they grew, and one of the interesting projects that we have is Staffordshire Digital Innovation Partnerships, where we do work with companies, SMEs in Staffordshire to help them adopt digital technologies.
Fantastic. So where can businesses find out more about all these projects that you've mentioned?
We launched a dedicated website, so businesses can go on the Staffordshire University website under business pages. We also have a range of webinars planned for this week where they can find out about specific projects and support, and they can find out more through some of our social media channels at the same time.
That nicely wraps up our launch event, but just before we go, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to join us. Please access our webinars for more information on the support available and email employers@staffs.ac.uk if you'd like to arrange a visit.